Hi there folks, it's me again with an enthralling follow-up video. The previous one showed you what happens if the first three symbols that this program picks at random are the ones that you actually get. And you could see that it paid significantly more than the 135% that it normally does. What I'm going to do with this video is firstly play it on manual play so that I can stop and waffle at any hugely important technical times. But this is back to the 135% that we all know and love, but I hope to show some of the things that are going on in the background to keep the percentage round about that figure. So here we go. You will note when I press the start button that it doesn't say really spinning or here we go or anything like that. It just prints two digits. So there's a big digit and a small digit. Right, well let's play this as normal. We would exchange that. And I'm going to collect that. Now from those two digits that I saw earlier, I know when I gamble this that I'm going to lose. Okay, so now let's have another look at the two digits for the next credit. 60 and 10. We'll start with the lower number, the 10. That is the maximum win that it is prepared to pay on any given credit. The wins are 0 means 0, 1 is for 10p, 2 is for 20p, and so on. So win 8 is £2 and win 9 is £3. So that number can actually be anything between 0 and 11. Obviously 9, 10 and 11 mean that there are no restrictions at all. Right, so that one was 4, and the fourth win up the ladder is 50p. So if we'd had a line or two cherries or something, it would not have been happy to pay more than 50p in that particular credit. So let's carry on. Let's 4 again. Right, so that's 20p. We'll exchange that. Now let's see. On this particular credit, it will not allow a win of more than 50p. So we'll gamble our 2 nudges. So for 4 nudges, there cannot be a win of 70p or more. But there is a win of 30p, isn't there? So let's nudge in 30p. So when I gamble this, if I win I'll get 50p and the machine is happy to pay that. So it might well win. Let's see. Okay, so it did. But now I know when I gamble that I'm going to lose. That's because if I'd won, it would have been 70p, which is more than it was prepared to pay. So that's what that second number is. 10, of course, is above 9, which is the equivalent of £3. So on that particular credit, it would not have been bothered if we got the full £3. Right, so that's 5. That would have been 70p. Only 30p this time. Let's cancel that. We'll go for the cherry earner because they're still in existence. And it's 11 this time. Okay, so we didn't get our cherry earner. 11 again. Only 5. Let's keep going till we get a win of some sorts. Naught. Naught, of course, is no win. So nothing came in on the reels, no line came in. Now we only want a star, that can't be difficult, can it? Dear, oh dear, it's making it difficult for me, isn't it? Now, what was it there? 5. So that's 70p. Okay, well, let's gamble and see how far up the ladder we get. So that's our 70p. So gambling now means I'm definitely going to lose. Okay, so I think I've made clear what that second digit is. And now for the first digit. Oh, okay. What was the second digit then? Was it 9? Okay, so now I may win this gamble. It's not guaranteed. Because there's another part of the program which doesn't always let you win every gamble. Right, that first digit. You'll note that it's normally somewhere between 60 and 55, something like that. Each time it gives itself 60 attempts to give you something on the reels that it is happy with. And that means that if, for example, it chose 3 bars as the next set of random symbols, but the maximum win it was prepared to pay was 30 pence, then it would reject that and go back and try a different set of random symbols. So when it's 60, the number that's displayed in the box, what that means is that the first set of symbols that it came up with were acceptable. So if it's 59 or 58 or whatever, that shows you how many attempts it made to find something that it was prepared to put on the win line. So let's have a look and see what numbers we get now. 60 and 6. Okay, so those symbols were the first ones that it randomly chose, and you'll know there was no win above 6, which is £1, and no line came up on the matrix. Let's have a look at the next set of numbers. 58 and 5. Okay, so obviously it had 3 attempts. So what you're seeing on the reels is the third set of symbols that it came up with at random. I doubt that it was limited by giving you wins more than 50 pence. I suspect what it was doing was giving you lines on the matrix. So it may have had a pound sign on the reels, and it didn't like giving you nudges that turn. But whatever it was, the first set of symbols, and indeed the second that it came up with, were not acceptable to it for some reason. 60 and 6. So those were the first sets of symbols that it came up with. Again, first set. 59 and 3. Now it has given us a win, so I don't really know why it rejected the first set. It could be because it had given us a line or more, and it could be that the win that was on the reels was greater than 30p, because I think it was 3 was the second number, wasn't it? So we'll exchange. Okay, I can see 30p for 2 nudges, and I think that's all we've got for 4. However, you can see that there are 3 lemons available for 6 nudges. That's 50p, which is win 4, and that is greater than the 3 that it's prepared to give on this turn. So if I gamble now, I'm going to lose. There we go. Okay, so that was the first set of symbols that it thought of. And on this occasion, it's prepared to give up to win 9, which is the £3 jackpot. So if I gamble the nudges here, it's not going to be a forced lose right the way up to unlimited. If it does lose, that's a different section of the program saying, I'm not having this. Because there are all sorts of places in this program where it does try to cheat you. Now, did you see that the number there was 50? That means that what we're seeing now is the 10th set of random symbols that it came up with. And it's still prepared to give up to win 7, which is £1.50. And we didn't get very far. You'll note there the numbers were 58 and 1. So 1 is only 10p. So the fact that it took 3 goes before it came up with a set of symbols it liked may well mean that the first couple of symbols it chose either gave you matrix lines or were 20p or more on the win line. Let's try a cherry earner. The cherry earner is not subject to the same things. It decides whether or not it'll give you a cherry earner straight away. I missed what the second number was. Was it 7? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll nudge in the oranges. Oh, well, we would if I was pressing the right buttons. I think it was 7, wasn't it? So what's that? £1.50. And you see there, it's that was win number 1 was the maximum it was prepared to give, which is 10p. So that's why there's no win on the win line at all. Now I definitely saw 7 that time, so let's change again. Right. It's 8 nudges for the jackpot, isn't it? 2 nudges on reel 1, 2 nudges on reel 3, and 4 on reel 2. So that would be win 9, and it was flashing 7 as the greatest win it was prepared to give. So I know that I'm going to lose this gamble. There we go. Is there anything there for 2 nudges? Oh yeah. And remember that £1.50 limit was still in force when I was gambling because it lasts for the whole credit. And 30p is the most it is prepared to pay out this turn. Okay, so for 2 nudges, I can get 2 bells. So let's just do that for the purposes of demonstration. So I very well may win this first gamble. I didn't even make it that far, but if I had, I would have definitely lost the next gamble from 30p. And you'll note that it took several attempts before it came up with those cherries. And win number 7 is the maximum it's prepared to give, which is £1.50. I'm going to gamble here, hope that we get up to £1.50. Excellent. So what we've seen means that we know we're going to lose this gamble. And again on this credit, £1.50 is our limit. Although we didn't get very close to it at all. No. One of the rare zeros came up there. So absolutely no win possible at all. Unless of course you go for a cherry earner. Now do you note there that the maximum win it's prepared to pay is 10 pence? And we've already got 20. There's not much it can do about that. But if we exchange, then you can see we've already got a £1 win. If we gamble our nudges, it will automatically lose. So what we'll do is take our £1. Now that is obviously above the 10p that it is happy to pay out, so any gamble means we'll lose. So sometimes you get that sort of situation with the cherry earners, and the cherry earners are done separately. So if it gives you a cherry earner like it did, and that was already above the maximum it was prepared to pay out, it just means that any gamble you choose to do is not going to win. And the fact that it's spun in the £1 for 2 nudges, it's already decided what you will get next time you will exchange, so there's not much it can do about that, but it can ensure that any gamble that you do doesn't win. Okay, last go. Okay, so we put 50 credits in and we got £4.40 back. So there's not a great deal you can infer from that, but hopefully that was of interest to some of you in considering how I keep the percentage down on this one, and I'm sure something similar goes on the real things. But I don't know that, but anybody who does, I'd be very, very interested to hear. Right, well, thank you very much indeed for watching. Any comments and anything, and I'll try and explain if there are any questions. Yes, no doubt I shall be back soon with a more normal, enthralling video. Thanks again. Bye.